With several wildfires burning in our region, WSU students are feeling the effects.
And on Saturday night, a few smaller fires were started right down the street from campus. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Monson.
And I'm Jonah Oakleaf. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Wildfires across the Northwest continue to pummel the Palouse with poor air quality. As you can see on your screen, all of eastern Washington is currently experiencing unhealthy air quality, marked on the map in red. According to the U.S. Air Quality Index, Pullman has had unhealthy air since Saturday. We nearly reached very unhealthy territory on Sunday, missing that threshold by just 3 points. Students we caught up with said the diminished air quality is having a big impact on their Monday.
As students come back to Pullman, public health officials worry that monkeypox has come with them.
Scratchy throat, headache, it's just, and a general sense of depression because there's no light. It's just really orange and dark and very melancholy.
I got asthma, so it's pretty bad for me, so walking to class isn't the best of times here.
It's frustrating for me to know that people are going to be, with prior conditions, are going to be having a tougher day than normal because of the smoke.
Sunday morning, a joint group of volunteer firefighters from both Potlatch and Alachua counties contained a timber fire on the north side of Moscow Mountain. When the flames were finally contained, the fire had burned approximately 5 acres of Idaho. Department of Lands reports that the causes of the fire is still under investigation.
Following the Cougs' big win versus Wisconsin this past Saturday, ecstatic fans took to the streets of College Hill and commenced the burning of 3 couches near campus. This dangerous fad began during the 2016 football season and has seemingly continued, with the City of Pullman Fire Department warning students that anyone caught in the act may be arrested or ticketed.
Although there's still no confirmed cases of monkeypox in Whitman County, some medical experts are saying that residents of the area should take proper caution. Murrow News 8 reporter Albert James has the story.
As students come back to Pullman, public health officials worry that monkeypox has come with them.
It is a disease of concern here, and I anticipate that we will have some cases here in Whitman County at some point.
The disease, recognizable by the rashes and lesions it causes, is transmitted through direct skin-to-skin contact with someone who is symptomatic. It can also live on surfaces and objects touched by someone infected. Intimate contact, such as kissing or having sex, can also spread the virus, a point of concern for officials in a college town.
That population is quite a bit more sexually active than other populations. So, and that sexual contact has been one of the main routes of transmission for monkeypox.
So what happens if you develop a rash, fever, or other monkeypox symptom? Officials say you'll want to get seen here at Cougar Health Services.
If someone is symptomatic, we ask that they reach out to their primary care provider and get tested. Isolate and quarantine yourself until you get the results of those tests back.
Right now, only certain people are eligible to get vaccinated against the disease because of limited supplies. In the meantime, people can keep themselves safe by avoiding skin-to-skin contact with others, washing their hands often, and being transparent with their intimate partner.
Talk to your partner about new or unexplained sores or rashes on your body or your partner's body.
More information on monkeypox can be found on Whitman County Public Health's website. Reporting from Pullman, Albert James, Murrow News 8.
According to NBC News, Donald Trump's lawyers asked a district judge today to continue blocking the Department of Justice from reviewing classified documents that were seized from Mar-a-Lago. The DOJ challenged U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon, who temporarily blocked the DOJ from using the records when the FBI searched Trump's home on August 8th. Experts in the legal field called the ruling flawed, and the Justice Department responded by saying there would be immediate and serious harms to the country if these documents are withheld.
President Joe Biden pays tribute to those that lost their lives on September 11th attacks. The president was joined by family members of the fallen first responders who have been going to the Pentagon and the World Trade Center on the day of the attack.
21 years ago, 21 years, and we still kept our promise. Never forget. We'll keep the memory of all.
According to NBC, the Garter King of Arms formerly Queen. According to the NBC, the Garter King of Arms formally proclaimed Queen Elizabeth's son Charles as King Charles III on Saturday. We're still following the mourning events for Queen Elizabeth II. Here are the details for the coming days. According to the BBC, the King and Queen traveled to Edinburgh today for a funeral procession to St. Giles Cathedral. Tomorrow, the Queen's coffin will move to Buckingham Palace and then Westminster Hall, where she will lie in state for 4 days. The Queen's state funeral will begin at 11 a.m. on Sunday at Westminster Abbey. Coming up, the WSU institution is celebrating an important birthday.
And Noah Bolter will give us a look at the weather forecast as we slowly begin our transition into fall. Next on Murrow News 8.
Washington State University Global Campus celebrates 30 years of offering WSU degrees through online delivery to residents of the state, nation, and worldwide. The Global Campus will also be highlighting the accomplishment of thousands of students, alumni, faculty, and staff. The air quality is still pretty smoky, and it's definitely been taking a toll on a lot of students and the day-to-day life on campus. Let's go to our weatherman Noah Bolter for an in-depth look at the weather.
Thank you, Aaron. As you said, the air quality index has been pretty bad, so those groups that are at higher risk with respiratory problems definitely want to stay inside. It's even impacting those that aren't in higher risk. So a little bit earlier we were talking about the intramural sports being canceled for today at Wazoo. It happened yesterday as well. So even groups that are deemed healthy still should be concerned. So taking a look at today's weather, we have highs in the upper 70s, lows in those lower 50s, and taking a look at a little bit what's going on tomorrow, it's going to be pretty similar, not too much changing. Highs in the upper 70s again, lows are going to be a little bit lower. We're going to see those drop down at nighttime to the upper 40s. It's going to be, we'll probably be crying ourselves to sleep after the Seahawks are no longer first place in the division. But taking a look around the state of Washington now, let's take a look. You can see that essentially the hottest that it's getting today around Washington is in those upper 80 or mid to upper 80s. 84 it is down here in the Tri-Cities. Around the state of Washington, it's ranging between the mid 80s to those upper to mid 70s, right? So Seattle, 75, low of 58. Spokane, 82, low of 57, and Pullman, 78 to lows of 53. We have some really important dates coming up that we want to talk about here, so let's look at our 5-day forecast. And for the 5-day, we see that Saturday, it's going to be 78 as a high, lows of, or excuse me, got the wrong graphic, got to get those back in, technical difficulties. I think the graphics are still wrong, but I'm just going to tell you what I know they're going to be. So this Saturday, when the Cougs are back in Pullman, we're looking at highs of about the upper 60s, right? And they're going to drop down into the 40s, so it's going to be a little bit chillier. Might want to bring a jacket or find other ways to stay warm. This Thursday, it's going to be a little bit warmer than Saturday, but cooler than it is today. So we're seeing those temperatures drop off about 10 degrees, mid-70s to mid-40s is what we're looking at. Other days of the week, and that Thursday is when we're going to have that Cougar soccer game at home, so definitely be ready for that. And Friday, once again, it's going to be a volleyball game, but they're going to be on the road, so not so much to worry about. Let's go back to the desk with Aaron.
Thank you very much, Noah. Coming up, Murrow News 8's own DJ Robin gives us a preview of tonight's Seahawks versus Broncos square-off.
And WSU soccer brought home another victory against Cal Poly. More details when we return.
Outdoor intramural sports today have been canceled due to the smoke. As Noah mentioned earlier, the smoke and AQI have stuck around, and the university does not want to have the softball, football, or soccer teams out playing in this weather. WSU football beat Wisconsin 17-14 on Saturday, recording their first win against a ranked opponent since 2018. Team veteran and former Badger Nakia Watson led the way offensively, finding the end zone 2 times, while Renard Bell had a few plays of his own.
They played for each other today, and that's how you win big, tough football games on the road against a very, very good opponent. So I'm proud of our guys.
Cougar football is back home this weekend for a matchup with Colorado State. The Seahawks take on the Broncos tonight in Monday Night Football. It's Russell Wilson's homecoming after being traded to the Broncos this offseason. The 10-year veteran takes on his former team after being a member and winning 1, which should be 2, Super Bowls with the Seahawks from 2012 to 2021. It should be an exciting game for Seahawks fans, NFL fans, and maybe some fantasy owners out there. Who will prevail, Broncos country or the 12th man? Moving on to soccer, the girls faced Cal Poly yesterday in what was a very exciting game. After going down 2-1 early in the second half, the girls turned on a different gear. Thanks to a goal by Lindsey Turner and a strike from Grayson Lynch, the Cougs sealed the win 3-2. After this weekend, it looks like the Cougs don't know what losing is. That's all from me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, DJ. Queen Elizabeth is leaving behind more of a legacy than diligent work.
A few members of a royal family are inheriting some of her most iconic possessions that she kept near her for decades, coming up when we return on Murrow News 8.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
With the Queen of England's recent passing, dog lovers all over the world are wondering the same question of what will happen to her famous corgis. Thankfully, on Saturday, both Prince Andrew and his former wife announced that they would be welcoming the dogs into their home. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed anything on our newscast, you can always check it out on YouTube at Murrow News 8. More news can be found at nwpb.com.